Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today is Friday, June 26th. We are on block 636,444. Let's recap this week. It's been a wild one. First and foremost, there's been rumors that PayPal is planning to offer cryptocurrency through its platform, Bitcoin, as well as its mobile payment subsidiary, Venmo. The report indicated that Venmo and PayPal could soon offer buying and selling of the cryptocurrencies directly on their platform, as well as a built-in wallet that allow users to keep their holdings there. This report is coupled with recent job offerings by PayPal for their new blockchain research group, hint, hint. PayPal has some 325 million users who can now potentially see a direct option to buy Bitcoin. If they all decide to get on the Bitcoin train, that would easily 10x Bitcoin's current user base. It remains to be seen whether those users could realize the best of Bitcoin through PayPal. You know, they may do payments in the back end and not actually hit Bitcoin's blockchain, and it's a totally different UI. Who knows? But you know, this news is exciting, and it's got my bullish senses tingling, and you know, I can't wait to see kind of what comes out next. Moving along, Brazil this week has announced they're suspending WhatsApp Pay. Brazil recently said that they're suspending the payment service in the country to, quote, preserve an adequate competitive environment which ensures the functioning of an interoperable, fast, secure, transparent, open, and inexpensive payment system. This is yet another blow to WhatsApp's parent company, Facebook, who is desperately trying to get itself into the banking and payments industry. Part of why this ruling may have come about is also because Brazil's central bank is rolling out its own digital payments platform, PIX, which is scheduled to launch in November. It would truly be ironic if Brazil suspended WhatsApp Pay in order to preserve an adequate competitive environment, just so that they could roll out their own central bank competitor, quote unquote. This again highlights the strength of Bitcoin is a decentralized permissionless entity, so there is no entity that Brazil's central bank could target to tell them to stop allowing transactions on the network. This further proof that a centralized competitor to Bitcoin, like let's say Libra, will ultimately never pass the regulatory scrutiny required to launch, because they will ultimately compete with those central banks countries themselves. In the next bit of news, on Monday, June 22nd, the popular blog Slate Star Codex was shut down by its semi-pseudonymous creator, Scott Alexander, after the New York Times told Alexander that they were going to dox him in their upcoming piece about his blog. Alexander asked for his identity to continue to be concealed because his main job is a psychiatrist, which requires a certain amount of professional distance between him and his patients. And he feared that if his identity were revealed, it could open him up to all sorts of trouble with his career. This request was denied by the New York Times writer and his editor because of the New York Times' strict policy to identify their subjects fully. This situation once again brings up the topic of digital identity and privacy in a digital world where you and your thoughts exist outside of your trusted confines of your community. It can be dangerous to have so much of your information available at the fingertips of the average internet user. Many folks, especially in the Bitcoin space, choose not to reveal their true identity for that exact reason. This sort of ethical paradigm is new, and it demands further scrutiny from all participants in the media. It is especially concerning to see a perceived industry leader like the New York Times be such a laggard in this area. And it'll be interesting to watch this situation unfold. Privacy is becoming the most scarce resource in the world. In New York, they announced this week that they would consider extending conditional bit licenses to startups that partner with existing bit license holding companies. They also came out and said that they would be implementing a 3-strike rule for applicants who apply for a bit license but don't check all the boxes. Thanks, regulation, for becoming new business development arm for Gemini. If you're wondering what Benjamin Lawsky, the architect of the bit license, is doing these days, well, he runs a law firm that, quote, provides in-depth counsel and strategic advice on financial services regulation, cybersecurity and cyber risk, new financial technologies, and compliance, and so on. Thanks, Ben, for restoring all of our faith in regulators that they aren't just fattening their own pockets by making unnecessary complicated rules and then charging you to explain them to you. Finally, Over $1 billion in Bitcoin options contracts are set to expire today across major exchanges like Deribit, CME, Bakkt, OKX, and LedgerX. With major strike price volume around 10 and 11K on the call side and 9K on the put side, this could be quite a battle to see these options execute. Sparks will fly, or not. I don't know. No one knows. It'll be interesting to watch, or it will be extremely dull to watch. Who knows? One thing is for sure, though, $1 billion expiring in Bitcoin options contract volume is a record high, and it points to many more derivative market participants playing with some big money. Well, that's it for our show. Hope you enjoyed the quick recap. Thanks to our intern who's behind me holding up our nice brick background. Yeah, we're moving off, but thanks for bearing with us. We'll catch you next week and stay stacking.